The National Electrical Code, specifically Article 406.8a, addresses the placement of electrical outlets in relation to sinks in kitchens and bathrooms. This section of the code aims to minimize the risk of electrical shock and fire hazards by dictating the permissible distances between receptacles and sinks. The code stipulates that outlets serving countertop spaces must be positioned within 12 inches or 305 mm of the backsplash. Alternatively, a listed backsplash-mounted receptacle assembly that adheres to the specifications outlined in 406.85 can be utilized. Crucially, the code prohibits the placement of receptacles within 6 inches or 152 mm of the inside edge of the sink. This distance is deemed necessary to prevent water from splashing or coming into contact with the electrical components of the receptacle, which could create a dangerous electrical pathway. The rationale behind these regulations is rooted in basic electrical safety principles. Water is a conductor of electricity, and if water bridges the gap between an electrical outlet and a person, it can result in electric shock, potentially causing serious injury or even death. By enforcing a minimum distance between outlets and sinks, the code reduces the likelihood of such incidents. Furthermore, the code addresses the risk of fire. If water enters an electrical outlet, it can cause a short circuit which can generate excessive heat and potentially ignite nearby flammable materials. By keeping outlets away from the sink, the code minimizes the risk of fire caused by short circuits. The 12-inch or 305 mm distance from the backsplash allows for convenient access to power while maintaining a safe separation from the sink. Backsplashes themselves can act as a barrier, further reducing the chance of water reaching the outlet. The 6-inch or 152 mm setback from the sink's edge is a critical safety measure. This distance ensures that even if water splashes out of the sink, it is unlikely to reach the electrical outlet. The specific reference to a listed backsplash-mounted receptacle assembly in 406.8a acknowledges the existence of specialized products designed to be safely installed directly on the backsplash. These assemblers undergo rigorous testing and certification processes to ensure they meet stringent safety standards and are resistant to water damage. When using such assemblers, it is essential to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully and ensure that the installation is performed by a qualified electrician. The code's emphasis on preventing electrical shocks and fires underscores the importance of adhering to these regulations. Ignoring these requirements can create a dangerous environment for occupants of the building. It's important to note that the National Electrical Code is a comprehensive document that covers a wide range of electrical installations and safety standards. Article 406.8a is just one small part of this larger code, but it is a critical component of ensuring electrical safety in kitchens and bathrooms. Licensed electricians are trained to understand and apply the NEC code correctly. When installing or modifying electrical outlets near sinks, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that the work is done in accordance with the code and that all safety precautions are taken. Beyond the specific requirements of 406.8a, there are other electrical safety considerations to keep in mind when working near sinks. Firstly, ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, are required for all receptacles serving countertop surfaces in kitchens and bathrooms. A GFCI is a device that monitors the flow of electricity in a circuit and quickly cuts off the power if it detects a leakage of current to ground, which could indicate an electrical shock hazard. GFCIs are highly effective at preventing electrical shocks, and their use is mandated by the NEC code in areas where there is a high risk of water exposure. Secondly, it's crucial to use waterproof or water-resistant electrical boxes and covers when installing outlets near sinks. These enclosures help to protect the electrical connections from moisture and prevent corrosion. Thirdly, any exposed wiring should be properly insulated and protected from physical damage. Wires should be routed away from areas where they could be easily damaged by water or impact. Fourthly, it is important to avoid overloading electrical circuits. Overloading a circuit can cause the wires to overheat, which can lead to a fire. Always use the correct size circuit breaker for the circuit and avoid plugging too many appliances into a single outlet. Fifthly, Regular inspection of electrical outlets and wiring is recommended. Look for any signs of damage, such as cracks, frayed wires, or loose connections. If any problems are detected, they should be repaired immediately by a qualified electrician. Sixthly, never attempt to work on electrical wiring while the power is on. Always turn off the power at the circuit breaker before starting any electrical work. Seventhly, be aware of the potential hazards of using electrical appliances near water. Avoid using hair dryers, radios, or other electrical devices near sinks or bathtubs. If an appliance falls into water, do not reach in to retrieve it. Instead, turn off the power at the circuit breaker and then carefully remove the appliance from the water. Electrical safety is a shared responsibility. By understanding the risks and taking appropriate precautions, everyone can help to prevent electrical accidents. The NEC code provides a framework for ensuring electrical safety, and it is essential to follow these guidelines when installing or modifying electrical wiring. Remember, when in doubt, consult with a qualified electrician. They have the knowledge and experience to ensure that electrical work is done safely and in accordance with the code. Article 406.8a specifically addresses the placement of receptacles for countertop spaces, emphasizing the importance of distance from the sink. The code prioritizes safety by minimizing the risk of electrical shock and fire hazards associated with water exposure near electrical outlets. The specified distances, 12 inches or 305 mm from the backsplash, or the use of a listed backsplash-mounted receptacle assembly, and a minimum of 6 inches or 152 mm from the inside edge of the sink, are designed to create a buffer zone. This buffer zone significantly reduces the likelihood of water coming into contact with live electrical components. This regulation is not merely a suggestion. It is a mandatory requirement that must be followed to ensure compliance with the NEC code and to protect the safety of individuals using the space. The use of ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs, adds an extra layer of protection by quickly interrupting the circuit in the event of a ground fault, preventing potentially fatal electrical shocks. The combination of spatial separation and GFCI protection provides a comprehensive approach to electrical safety in areas where water is present. Licensed electricians are thoroughly trained in the requirements of the NEC code, including Article 406.8a, and are equipped to properly install electrical outlets in compliance with these regulations. Their expertise ensures that the work is done safely and effectively, minimizing the risk of electrical hazards. When planning or undertaking any electrical work in a kitchen or bathroom, it is crucial to consult with a qualified electrician to ensure that all applicable codes and safety standards are met. The NEC code is not static. It is regularly updated to reflect advancements in technology and evolving safety concerns. Staying informed about the latest code revisions is essential for maintaining a safe electrical environment. The code addresses the proper installation of electrical outlets near sinks, emphasizing the use of appropriate materials such as waterproof or water-resistant electrical boxes and covers to protect against moisture. This attention to detail further enhances the safety of electrical installations in wet environments. Regular inspection and maintenance of electrical outlets and wiring are also crucial for identifying and addressing any potential hazards before they escalate into serious problems. The code serves as a foundation for electrical safety, and adherence to its guidelines is paramount for protecting lives and property. Furthermore, electrical work must be performed by qualified and licensed professionals who have the necessary training and expertise to ensure compliance with safety regulations. The NEC code is a living document that evolves to address new challenges and technologies in the electrical industry. Regular updates and revisions ensure that the code remains relevant and effective in safeguarding the public. Compliance with the NEC code is not optional. It is a legal requirement that must be met to ensure the safety of electrical installations. Ignoring the code can result in serious consequences, including fines, penalties, and potential liability for damages or injuries. Electrical safety is a continuous process that requires ongoing vigilance and attention to detail. By following the NEC code and taking appropriate precautions, individuals can significantly reduce the risk of electrical accidents and create a safer environment for themselves and others.